Alright, we need a new Castellan. You will do, top of the list. His treasure chest skill is high-ish. To be honest, he's kind of medium, but he's above competent. And I'm more than happy for him to focus on tax collection and production in Sunspear, which is looking pretty sharp, to be honest, in terms of upgrades. Quite proud of it. You can invest in territories that are not your own, but obviously seeing as you don't have direct control of the troops there, you get less of the benefits, really. Fewer of the benefits, I should say. Don't think there's anyone I can marry Lord Ronald to, which is a shame. I don't understand why I can't declare this down to war. Notice that there's a faction to put Medic II in charge of the Stormlands. I don't know who thought that would be a good idea. Actually, that looks like the leader of Black March, and Black March was one of the territories that fought my claim to begin with, I swear. Do I mean Black March? I don't think I do. I mean... well, it is the Marcher Lords. Maybe it is Black March. Oh no, or maybe it's the Dornish Marchers. Wow, my my lore is fading. Alright, so we are now able to claim Rook's Rest. I have a feeling that the peace treaty should have lasted longer, but by killing the previous lord we cancelled it? Or was it simply a case of it expiring? I'm not sure. Anyway, we can invite our vassals. We've declared war on the Lord of Rook's Rest. I'm thinking I don't need to raise the entire army for this endeavour, somehow. We'll get Tarth involved as well, seeing as they have a preposterously high number of troops. 6,500 just over men. That should probably be more than enough to take Rook's Rest. I would not hold your breath as to the outcome of this, but obviously damage limitation is an important part. Oh, third place. Not bad. Considering he's kind of an old-timer now. 39. Maybe not that old. In the medieval world, of course, I was thinking of, you know, melee combat is a bit tougher at that age, I should think. Anyway, getting away from this uncomfortable topic of potential ageism. It looks as though they've raised some mercenaries, judging by their low morale over there. So they're probably not going to make a move until those mercenaries are fully contented and paid and fed. And you can't blame him, because, blimey, he needed to buff his own numbers, but I don't think it's going to do him any good in the long run. So we've got 2,600 men there, which means that should they attack us, we'll be fine, but obviously we want a fair few more involved, so that we can, you know, suffer as few losses as possible. I'm gonna, yeah, send these fleets of one, I'm gonna lower those, just because they're, like, they're clogging up my screen, and it's annoying. Now, the Rook's Rest troops are marching their men towards mine without having waited to fill their morale. I'm thinking that might have been a somewhat inadvisable move on their part, but we'll see if they continue to now that we've been reinforced. How are the flanks looking? Quite balanced, actually, for a change. Oh, even better. Although... okay, this is probably going to take more rejigging than it's worth. That'll do. The main point is that we actually have balanced flanks for a change. Oh, and we've been engaged in South Crackclaw Point, I believe. Well, it's the Battle of Strongcliff in any case, and their left flank. I don't know if it had troops to begin with, but if it did, they've been routed. I think they did. That was an imbalanced flank. Okay, we are sending in our other troops. That will speed up the siege, even if they don't have time to be in the battle, which they won't, because the enemy are being unanimously routed, or overwhelmingly so, anyway. Except for our right flank, which seems to be flagging due to the fact that there's no commander there. In fact, yes, it's been routed as well, but no matter, because we defeated them. The losses were quite similar, to be fair to them, but they've essentially lost the war. Yes, in fact, we have 99% war score. I might as well push for the extra 1%. In fact, landing our armies there will give them the jump on those armies, we'll crush them between the two, and that will absolutely see that we've won this war. And that should be fine. Then, I would say no mess, no fuss, but it's like the, 2,000 to 3,000 deaths. It's kind of shocking that it seems minor. There we go, anyway, that's the, what should be the final battle in this war. There we go. Oh, I've even captured Captain Harold the Careless, which is quite apt. Yes, 24 losses, that's a lot better. And we have 100% war score now, so we may as well take control of that territory. Fantastic. Okay, we are now Lord of Rook's Rest. And Harwood at the age of 12 has gone to join the Night's Watch. I almost feel bad, but there we go. This territory is ours now. The Empire grows just a little bit more. And now we need to find a decent subject to put in control of this territory. We'll give it to Joseph. Because he seems like we need the relationship boost between us. Just looking at the list of claimants for the Riverlands. And yeah, Joseph is there, so he should be able to declare war. But he can't. John Tully. Oh goodness. Oh no, all the Tullys that were in service in Rook's Rest have joined the Night's Watch. That backfired. Oh, Alice Tully hasn't. A lot of them seem to be demanding vengeance of some kind or other. It's unfortunate. So instead of giving him Rook's Rest, I've given Joseph Stark a Sharp Point. It's a lesser territory. It gives the same relationship bonus, so I don't see why not. Lower those troops, lower those fleets. Good, good. Ah! And now all of a sudden, strangely, we have the option of claiming the Riverlands for a number of people. We could claim it for Sally, who has a son who could inherit. Would go to House Flint. That seems fine. Ish, except for the fact that... No, I think that should work. I don't think she would become... or they would become a vassal of Eddard. Well, you know what? I think we are ready to declare war. This is the Riverlands that we're claiming. That's a lot of territory right there. Not all of it. I think a big chunk of it won't go to them, but it'll break it up. Let's do it. Okay, so we're at war with Lord Paramount Jorah the First of the North. Oh, hello, the Riverlands, and the Iron Islands, and Lannisport. Those will all be helpful allies in taking on our friends in the north. Okay, well, let's raise the fleet, raise the army. Good, good. 40,000 men. Hopefully that'll be enough. Along with our allies, it should be enough. And hell, I'm cleverer than the AI. Don't take that as an omen. Now just to suck all the energy out of it by arsing around with all of my levies. Okay, that's a fair few Northmen, but some of these are fighting other disputes, I think. Yes, Mistlewood War. So there's a war for the crossing currently in place, and those troops will go away once they've resolved it, or in fact, and they won't make any attempt to engage us, that's fine. They don't have that many troops in the Riverlands. It doesn't seem like a particularly large army. They've got less than 10,000 men there. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Oh, Christ. The North is a slightly different story. I'd estimate that they have about 30,000 men. Maybe a little more, but, you know, ballpark figure, 30,000. Excellent. Also excellent. Oh no, wait, did our son just refuse to join us in the war? I'd kind of clicked through that, but yeah, I'm assuming they didn't. But hey, who cares? We've got the Iron Islands and the Westerlands on our side. Meet your doom. Well, you can keep half the kingdom, but I want the bottom one for a friend. And by a friend, I mean someone who hates me for now, but will probably be a friend after I secure their territory. Hey, if this works out, I'll have friends in the Riverlands, the Westerlands, and the Iron Islands, as well as controlling the Stormlands and Dawn. Not a bad hand. Whether they would support me as king is probably a different question. But we're getting a little ahead of ourselves in any case.